show. That's too much.
I'm so excited to see. I've been waiting 49 weeks for the Chiefs season to start. And it starts in 2 days.
He's on a little bit of a buzz.
Man.
He came in, gave me a ginger ale for no reason.
Yes.
He stole someone's producer's lunch.
No, I didn't. My lunch didn't get delivered. I told everyone to drink tea. Somebody and my tea got delivered. I drank it. Now maybe it was Zach's, but I needed something.
He's like, I'm gonna take this.
I'm important to the show.
I didn't get anything on the 4th floor. I was drinking water. Prepping and water. That's what I was doing.
We're starting with the Arrowhead Invitational. Another round Sunday night. Josh Allen trying to avoid having Mahomes end his postseason yet again. Here's his head-to-head playoff career numbers. He does pretty well, but when it's time to leave the field, one guy's got confetti coming down, and the other guy also has confetti coming down, but he's not celebrating. So who is under more pressure here, Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes?
I rarely become incensed at the Bud List because it's a good segment.
Yeah, it's a great segment.
It's motivational. It's smart. I love it. Yesterday's Bud List that had Patrick Mahomes 2 and Josh Allen 3, honestly, Brew, was a low point of this show. It is so obviously, clearly, and inarguably Josh Allen. And so let's just real quick walk the street of the Chiefs lose. Like, let's just say that happens. What does that mean for Patrick Mahomes? The answer is not much. Just take this is just the last 2 years, his low point. He's still lapping everyone. Lamar's got the 2 league MVPs, but Lamar's not in this discussion. Oh, but he's not chasing those guys. He's chasing Tom Brady. Okay, what would it look like, because Mahomes will be 30 next year, for Mahomes versus Brady through their 20s if he loses? He's rolling him too. We'll have the same number of Super Bowl wins, more playoff wins, more Super Bowl appearances, more Super Bowl MVPs. Obviously, the stats are enormous. And by the way, more league MVPs. Pardon me, I left that out. So he'll still be ahead of that. And also, but they're chasing history. Even if they lose, this was the most successful three-peat attempt ever. Only 3 other teams have gotten to the conference.
I'll buy it, but who cares?
No, that's fine. We can say, but my point would be this. No one can be like, oh, they didn't defend their title well. No, they defended their quest for the three-peat. Sure. They did it as well as anyone, and in the regular season, better than anyone. For Josh, on the other hand, and Brew, this is where I know you agree with me. Brew's just mad because I took a shot at his beloved Bud List, but he agrees with me. I know it. Josh, on the other hand, not only would stay on this graphic, the never beat a quarterback in the playoffs graphic,
that's a tough
but he would create his own. He would, and aside from Brett Favre, those other guys are kind of defined by their postseason shortcomings. Phillip Rivers definitely is. Dan Marino, he's defined by the amazing arm talent and postseason shortcomings. I don't know if Bernie Kosar is defined by much, but I guess, John Elway owned him. He remains winless on the road in his playoff career. He likely once again walks away from a season, Brew, if we think Lamar's going to win MVP.
Yep.
He walks away from the season with 0 trophies. And the trophies, you can get trophies for winning your conference, they give you a trophy. For winning the Super Bowl, they give you a trophy. For winning Super Bowl MVP, they give you a trophy. And for winning league MVP, they give you a trophy. It's a big 4 every year. Mahomes obviously has too many trophies. Lamar's got a couple. Joe Burrow's even got one. Josh is at 0. And so it would be undeniable there is more pressure on Josh Allen this weekend. Now, you can think the Bills are going to win, but to say there's more pressure on Mahomes when this is the 7th biggest game of his career, the 4 Super Bowls, the AFC title game against Brady, and the Burrowhead game, and then this, when this is the biggest game of Josh's career, is lunacy.
You want me to go?
I'm so disappointed.
Oh, okay.
Nick, I'm so disappointed.
Why?
You so misread yesterday's Bud List.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wilds, what's the Bud List all about?
You should know this by now. We've been doing it for years. Raw and uncut motivation.
That's it. That
Everybody
is
knows that.
it, man. And obviously, every coach and player is motivated. to win, right? They're motivated. So how do I add extra motivation? When they all want to be the best they can be, they all want to win, I have to go beyond the tangible. Oh, okay. All right, the championships, the trophies, as you said, the awards. Yeah. All right, I got to dig deep.
Much deeper.
And so I came up with the mythical, the abstract.
Yeah.
Best quarterback in the world.
Unofficial.
It's not real. It's unofficial. Anybody can have an opinion. But to take Patrick, I'm motivating your guy for your team. To take him to another level of motivation that he didn't even know existed. I had to go there. All right? That's all yesterday was about.
Okay.
Of course.
You know what, Brew? I apologize.
Of course, Josh Allen. Look, I do think both guys are playing with house money because Mahomes is clearly a made man. If he loses, he still got 3 Super Bowls, 2 MVPs in 7 years. He's made. It'd be great, obviously, for him if he wins it, but I'm saying you can't criticize Patrick Mahomes. But Josh is the underdog on the road against the 2-time defending champion.
You think this is a house money game for Josh Allen? You think
I do.
Will escape credit? Now, if he plays terribly, obviously.
Right, another 9 for 30.
What if it's like the game last year when they played? When Josh was
He was good. He was great up in the fourth quarter. He was all right. But I thought he was really good.
Okay, so if he has that level of and they lose again,
honestly, I feel like fair people will be like,
he just can't beat Patrick.
They got to give him a little more help this offseason. Yeah. Like, he doesn't have, as depleted as the Chiefs receiving core is. Is it not better than the Bills?
Well, I don't know. I mean, they both have a rookie. The Bills decided Keon Coleman was better than Xavier Worthy. That's why they traded him away. We have playoff Kelsey.
Who's back in?
They have
playoff
Dawson Knox and
Amari
Dalton
Cooper's
Kincaid.
barely even playing, it seems.
Playoff Kelsey is better than Dalton Knox.
No, well, I agree with that.
But the number, you can't be like, hey, he doesn't, no. And it's also like he's as good as Jerry Rice.
No, I agree with that. I'm not saying throughout the course of the regular season, I don't think people thought the Chiefs have better weapons than the Bills. I think they certainly don't have a better running game. They don't have a better offensive line. I don't think people think that. But Wilds,
I think it's Mahomes, and it's not an insult to Mahomes, but I'll give you 3 reasons why I think it's Mahomes. 1, I think all of your full screens, while valid, are very rear view mirror, and I don't think Mahomes is thinking like that. I think Mahomes is very front view mirror. And to get to this point where you're 2 wins away from making history, I think that's a tremendous amount of pressure. So 2022, 17 wins, 14-3, 3 playoffs, 11-6, 4 playoff wins. This year, 15-2. You're at 16 wins. So you need 48 wins to get back to here. To be back to here, around
You
here.
mean to have another shot at a 3-peat?
To have another shot at a 3-peat. He's like, this is the culmination of 48 wins. I'm 2 away from completing my journey. Obviously, it can shake out a little differently, but that's in the ballpark. Reason number 2. The 3-peat is so hard. Not only has Jordan just said it's like the hardest thing for him to do. Jordan did it once. It was so hard, he had to quit. And the second time he did it, like, again, I got to be out. The Lakers did it, and like the whole team fell apart post 3-peat. So there's a pressure there.
And that's basketball,
and
that's
where it's been done.
And you can still do it. Finally, I don't think this ref stuff is nothing. And I know he's totally locked in and laser focused. I think the noise has gotten so loud around the refs. If they lose, there will be one part of the discussion pie being very pro Josh Allen. Congratulations, Bill. There will be another part if there's no calls. They're like, see? I don't think it's fair. I think it's annoying to be the back-to-back champions and have people think you're cheating.
Can I respond to that? Because I think your first 2 points were good ones. Mm-hmm. They don't push me because it's something I want to show you something else. I totally reject the last point because the idea that if they win, that will result in anything other than the ref stuff getting louder, I think is crazy.
That's the only way to stick it to the critics.
The way Chiefs games are Zapruder filmed on Twitter by either idiots or people being intentionally intellectually dishonest, they will find on the biggest pass play of the game a still shot where it looks like there was offensive holding. And that will be shared by all of the nameless social media accounts, then picked up by clout-chasing media, and it will be its own thing for all of Super Bowl week. So the ref thing's not going away. Here's where I see if this means as much to me, or as much to you as it does to me. Because I think the point you're making, Wilds, of it is likely that this is Mahomes' only shot at a three-peat. I agree with that. But it is not as definitive as this. If Josh, and I know you disagree, but you might agree. If Josh loses this game, and let's Dust show their head-to-head if he loses, and these are the resumes of two players who became starters the same year, I do not think, Brew, he will forfeit the ability for, let's call it, all of the 2020s, at the very least, to ever be legitimately called the best quarterback in football.
Well,
like that is too big of a gap to make up if he loses this game.
I would say anything realistic. He's not going to win.
If he then goes 3 in a row.
Right, yeah. I mean, realistically, it will be. Although, if Mahomes, were not to win the Super Bowl and then next year plays like he did this year and the Bills beat him next year, I do think, I mean, even now, even if Allen wins this game, if people will try to say he's better than Mahomes right now, but we all know historically he's not close. And that will, but so I'm saying, even next year, I think there will be those that might say, well, he's playing better football than Mahomes now.
Sure.
But the reason I do agree there's more pressure on Allen is because if Mahomes wins this game, it's just icing on the cake.
How about
that? It's just a step toward the big thing.
It's the biggest moment
right.
of Josh's
If this
career.
was the Super Bowl, it'd be obviously Mahomes with the three-peat. But for Allen, he actually goes to another level.
Yes.
Burrow is riding still off of beating Mahomes and getting to a Super Bowl and losing. Yeah. So that would be Josh Allen plus all the other great things he's done in the regular season.
Okay, head over to the NFC Sunday on Fox. Coverage at 1. Game starts at 3. A trip to the Super Bowl on the line. Jalen Hurts trying to make his second trip in 3 years. Jayden Daniels trying to make history. First rookie quarterback to ever make it. Rookie QBs record in the playoffs. Wild card, 7-11. Divisional round, 7-6. It was 6-6 until last week. But no rookie has ever won this game. What would Jayden prove with a win?
Well, I think we all agree it's the best rookie season by a quarterback ever. To me, that's not even close.
I don't know. That Mahomes Week 17 game against Denver was special. Yeah.
I think, though, and some might, just by virtue of him being a quarterback, may already be saying this, but I think it makes it the best rookie year ever by a player. Lawrence Taylor, Ronnie Lott. Ronnie Lott did win a Super Bowl, but he was a safety. You know what I mean? So it was different than the quarterback.
You got to prep me for these takes because now I'm just going through my
Eric
head.
Dickerson was for 1,800 yards, but none of them. Lott
Jim
won
Brown have an unbelievable.
Not really. He didn't even have 1,000 yards. It was a good year, but. So this guy, to get to the Super Bowl, I think it'd be the best rookie season any position player has ever had. Now, the best I'll give him, and maybe I'm cautious, the best I'll go is he's top 5 now.
Consensus.
He'll be top 5. And I agree with your take that fifth is kind of in flux year to year.
But he would have
it.
That would make sense.
Because after 1 year, I can't, even no matter how great he is, I would do it probably in the NBA. I just think it's different. But in the NFL, where there's so many other factors, I could not say he's the best or even quite second best yet.
So
maybe second, but
So here's what I think you and I landed on a similar place. I wasn't thinking about the best rookie years of any position, and I'll trust your research on it because I can't, you know what I mean, go through my brain on it off the top of my head. But it would no longer be a big 4. It would be a big 5. Right now, everyone acknowledges, from the biggest Lamar Jackson skeptic, which might be me at this point in the media, to the biggest Burrow, Allen, Lamar, Mahomes are the 4 best quarterbacks in football. And then there is a lot of argument over who's 5th. That would no longer be the case. It would be, to me, a fair and consensus top 5.
That's right.
And to go back to my little trophies thing that I admittedly invented about 90 minutes ago, but I like it now.
I like it.
This is where he'd be on trophies. You know what I mean? If he wins walking off the field Sunday, not knowing who wins Bills Chiefs. You know what I mean? So Allen could get to 1 more.
We throw a Rookie of the Year trophy in there.
No, I decided not to do Rookie of the Year because those aren't that's a less important trophy. This is Super Bowl MVP, League MVP, and then you literally get a trophy when you win the conference championship. You literally get a trophy when you win the Super Bowl. He would have one. It is, to Brew's point, now Burrow's has a little extra shine on it because of who it came against. I understand that. But it would also be such a carry job by Jayden, because if we were to do tail of the tape, Eagles, Commanders, and you give them the edge at quarterback, you then go through every other position group on the roster. They don't have it.
Yep.
And so that's what would be so remarkable. The other quarterbacks who have gotten here, all of them had a top 4 scoring defense. And the other quarterbacks who have gotten here have not come particularly close. Purdy got hurt, so we can throw that out. Big Ben, I think, I'll double check, had like the worst game of his season. Coach Mangini talks about it all the time.
No,
he wasn't the focal point. Yeah. I know Sanchez and Flacco, neither one of them played great. And so the Sean King, that was the all-defense team. And so, go ahead, Wells.
No, I want to show you something, because right now I think we landed on top 5. We all agree.
Yeah.
He would earn top 5 going into next year. So here's Josh's graphic. This takes out the idea of the fact that he's a rookie. Winning 3 games to get to the Super Bowl.
Oh, the legendary playoff runs?
So these are all star quarterbacks. And shout out to Tony Eason, Steve Grogan for the 85 Patriots. They also didn't win the Super Bowl.
07 Giants did.
I'm sorry. The Patriots didn't win the Super Bowl. So if he wins this game, not only is he in company all of a sudden with Tom Brady and Big Ben and Aaron Rodgers, all of a sudden you're like, oh, are you going to win the Super Bowl? This is like a momentum graphic too, that you can just carry on and win the Super Bowl now?
Yeah, and Brady didn't. Eli did. But
Brady with the Bucks.
Oh, with the Bucks. I thought that was a Lost Commanders logo.
No, Brady with the Bucks.
Oh, wow. I didn't even realize. That's unbelievable. Sorry, I misread your graph.
Yeah, so now 3 times.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Well, it's similar to what I said earlier in the week. I mean, if they win this game, you got to give them a shot in the Super Bowl. There's no doubt.
It would be a momentum. Yeah.
That
says you are winning the Super Bowl. Three road victories, you're winning the Super Bowl. Although I know Tom Brady, it was a home game against.
It was a home game. I mean, it was a home game. That's remarkable, and I'm just now processing it since I evidently.
We're gonna get more of that graphic.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, since my eyes didn't work, I apologize.
It should have been the old Patriots logo.
Yeah, it threw me off. You were talking about Tony Eason. I'm looking at thinking of the helmet catch.
Kevin, he wasn't the quarterback.
Yeah, my apologies. I butchered that. That was a great job by you.
Meanwhile, Raiders have a new coach, and he's an old coach. Pete Carroll will be the oldest NFL coach ever when he turns 74 this fall. Obviously has a rich resume, Brew, 10 playoff appearances in 14 years with Seattle, includes a Super Bowl win and loss. He also has a national title with Josh's Trojans. Do you like this hire?
Look, very obviously a great coach, Hall of Fame coach. And the biggest thing they need is the culture builder. So I think that's a great hire in that regard. He can go in there and build a culture. And even if they somehow find a way to get one of these, I guess it's 2, Shador or Cam in the draft. From Russell Wilson, he was great with Russell Wilson, right? Young quarterback. So I like it from all types of football aspects. my question is his age. 74, like, how long is he going to be there? 3-4 years? Like, this is now they got some pieces, and he might turn them around to at least be respectable fairly quickly. But I just think you're going to be changing fairly soon. Well, it was the same thing we felt with Belichick. You got 3-4 years.
So, couple things. One is, what if he tries to do it with what he did with Russell Wilson with Russell Wilson?
Hello? I thought that was my clever take.
I mean, I think that's now very in play.
I honestly had not thought about it.
You know what I mean? Russell Wilson's a free agent.
Right.
I don't think they're going to be able to get right. But to me, Russell Wilson obviously they have the connection.
And Russ has been humbled enough.
Yeah.
Where he should be like,
I mean, I could see that happening. I also think that just objectively looking at it, and I like Pete Carroll a lot. I think this is probably the toughest job in the entire NFL. You are
tougher than the Saints?
Yes, because the Saints have to dig themselves out of their salary cap hell, but there is no one in that division we look at as a juggernaut. Okay. And that division constantly is changing coaches. This division, it's like, well, we have Reid and Mahomes. There's then Jim Harbaugh, who he has a long-standing college and professional rivalry with, who has Justin Herbert. And then you have Sean Payton. It's the only division he could walk into where one could argue he's the least accomplished coach. Now, you could say he's more accomplished than Jim Harbaugh because he won a Super Bowl and he didn't, but it's at least a debate. So I like Pete Carroll, and I don't care as much about the age thing because, by the way, most coaches that get hired, they're only there 3 or 4 years anyway because they don't, you know what I mean? They don't work out. But it is such an impossible job. You don't have a quarterback, and it's the best coaching division in football, and it's the division with the active dynasty.
And other three teams,
made the playoffs.
Really good right now.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.